There is a mountain in Russia. Local people had a name for it long before this story began. They called it the Mountain of the Dead. Not because people imagined danger there, but because no one came back. This story takes place in the Ural Mountains, in the Soviet Union, in the winter of 1959. The area was remote, frozen, unforgiving. Temperatures dropped below minus 30 degrees Celsius. There were no roads, no rescue teams nearby, no help if something went wrong. 9 experienced hikers set out on an expedition. They were young, fit, highly trained. Most were university students or graduates. The group was led by Igor Dyatlov. He was 23 years old, respected, organized, calm under pressure. This was not a reckless trip. They had planned carefully. They had experience in extreme winter conditions. The group wanted to reach a mountain called Otorten. The name came from the local Mansi language. It roughly meant, "Do not go there." They laughed at the name. They trusted their skills. They left in late January. At first, everything was normal. They traveled by train, then by truck, then by foot. One member turned back early due to illness. This saved his life. The remaining 9 continued. On February 1st, 1959, the group climbed the slope of Kholat Syakhl. That name meant Mountain of the Dead. Weather conditions worsened, strong winds, low visibility, extreme cold. Instead of descending to the forest, they pitched their tent on the open slope. This decision would later raise many questions. That night, they set up their tent. They cooked. They wrote in their journals. They joked. Their final photographs show nothing unusual, no fear, no panic, just tired hikers preparing to sleep. That was the last normal moment. The group was expected back in mid-February. They did not arrive. At first, no one panicked. Delays were common, but days passed. Families grew worried. A search was organized. Searchers found the tent first. It was still standing, partially buried in snow. Then they noticed something disturbing. The tent had been cut open from the inside, not torn, cut. Personal belongings were still inside. Boots, jackets, food. The hikers had left in a hurry, barefoot, in the freezing night. Not far from the tent, searchers found 2 bodies. They were near a tree, wearing only underwear. Their hands showed signs of frostbite. Branches above them were broken, as if someone had climbed the tree. They had died from hypothermia. 3 more bodies were found, spread out between the tree and the tent, as if they were trying to return. They were better dressed than the first 2, but still not enough to survive. They had also died from hypothermia. The final 4 were not found until months later. They were buried under deep snow, in a ravine. Their injuries were different: severe chest fractures, crushed ribs, a fractured skull. One woman was missing her tongue. Some were missing eyes. Yet there were no external wounds matching the force required. Doctors said the injuries were similar to a high-speed car crash. But there was no crash. Official autopsies were performed. 6 died from hypothermia. 3 died from traumatic injuries. No signs of struggle between group members, no alcohol, no drugs. Radiation was later detected on some of the clothing. This fact was officially recorded. Soviet investigators closed the case. Their conclusion stated the hikers died due to a compelling natural force they were unable to overcome. No further explanation. The files were classified. The area was closed to the public. Why did they cut the tent open? Why leave without clothes? Why were some injuries so severe? Why radiation? Why silence from authorities? Experienced hikers do not panic easily. 9 people do not all make the same fatal decision without a reason. Over the years, many theories appeared. An avalanche, military testing, infrasound causing panic, secret weapons, a rare weather phenomenon. Each explains some details. None explain all. Even modern investigations have failed to fully recreate the events. The pass was later named Dyatlov Pass in honor of the leader. People still visit. Many say the area feels wrong, too quiet, too empty. The wind behaves strangely. Decades later, Russian authorities reopened the case. They favored an avalanche theory. Critics say it ignores key evidence. The debate continues. Something happened on that mountain, something that made 9 skilled hikers abandon shelter in deadly cold in the middle of the night. Whatever it was, it gave them no time to prepare and no chance to survive. The Mountain of the Dead kept its name. 9 people went in, none came back. Their tent still tells the story. Cut from the inside,